Hey, what's up guys? Just making a commentary video today because I saw a post from Daddy Linus on YouTube and honestly wanted to chime in on it. I know there's a lot of people's opinions on YouTube as it is, but screw it, why not throw my wrench in? I wanted to note that this post is not signed, so there's no way of really knowing if it's just HR, PR speaking or whatever. So let's jump in. So the post from LTT is regarding the LTT comment section, specifically that there's people making comments in bad faith. This action comes after a video from Tech Quickie explaining how Intel chips have been dying. Basically says motherboard companies are automatically setting load lines incorrectly and overboosting the Intel CPUs, causing them to get messed up. This is mainly on the Core i9s and the 13th plus generation. So you've gotten some free warranty if you have one of these. Learn how to download and upgrade your BIOS immediately if you have a higher end CPU from Intel. This issue fell on Intel because they weren't giving enough information regarding voltages, so manufacturers were messing up. Also to note that the corrosion of parts on the CPU could cause major issues and mess up the CPU as well. This makes sense to me, but for others it seems like Linus shilling for Intel. Following the old user benchmark route. No. I also suspected that some of the comments regarding Slim Linus, because he dyed his hair, might have been some hurtful comments, but I'm not so sure. I feel like a lot of the comments that were in the section aren't accounting that Linus actually said at the end of the video about RMAs, but whatever. This person, UTCar, says, at TechQuickie, selectively replying and ignoring criticism, classic LTT. To which Linus responds with, most of the criticism is that other media like L1 Techs covered it better. I don't owe those people a response. L1 Tech themselves, whose comment you're replying to, by the way, collaborated on the video and reviewed the script, which I really appreciated. If you argue with this video, you are also arguing with Wendell. You might be right, but I know who I'd bet on. LS, which is Linus Sebastian. This issue seems to be Linus responding to comments like he wasn't going in depth enough about the issue, like specifically not pointing the finger of shame hard enough at Intel. So that seems to be about it. AMD Dick Rider's going after Linus for not exploding on Intel for being irresponsible. Which, to be honest, the only time I think I've only seen him go crazy on a company for making parts is that one time a water cooling company caught him on a bad day with a prototype model. Which led to a lot of controversy because he sold the fucking prototype. But he did later apologize and reach out to reimburse the company for the part. So Linus isn't always right about situations he finds himself in, but let's check out this community post. Social media can be an angry, hostile environment. Bro, that is social media. Let's not pretend that Twitter or Reddit are exactly pillars of righteousness. Some of the most foul words ever spoken come from those platforms. Just comes with freedom of speech. It's difficult to escape the divisiveness and polarization of individuals who feel empowered by feeling the anonymity and lack of consequences provided by the internet. Are we talking to toddlers? Because if people can't understand that this is just a normal thing that people do every day, they're probably not destined for the internet. In an effort to maintain a high level of discourse, we are tightening the standards we require on comments made under our videos. Oh boy. Now to clarify, they do go on to say, we've always tried to promote a positive environment in our comment section, and most of our community is kind and respectful. However, if you've ever scrolled to the bottom of one of our comment sections, you may have seen the other side of the community that's not respectful and kind. I mean, if you're digging for negativity, you're going to find it in everything. That's life. But to understand what kinds of comments he really means, let's go over this list that has been provided. With that in mind, what exactly does a bad faith comment mean? Number 1, the poster fails to provide reasoning for their criticism and demonstrates an unwillingness to engage in a meaningful discussion. Again, the internet. Here's a YouTube history lesson. Remember that one time Matt Watson came on YouTube and said YouTube was harboring PDF files, shut down a bunch of arguments on stream, and then disappeared into the night? Yeah, that's the type of stuff I think that's being referred to here. Sensationalist comments that gain a lot of traction, that their only target is to bully or harass people in the video, then off into the night with no punishments. Again, People might argue free speech, but YouTube isn't a free speech platform. We've seen the likes of Monkey Jones get banned for being offensive because he was making skits mocking a school shooter named Elliot Rodger. So yeah, the poster presents criticism as factual when it's actually a matter of opinion, or even worse, misinformation or false. I mean, the people that pay any heed or liked comments like these are just as brain dead as they are. Just because someone says something doesn't mean it should be valuable. The poster doesn't actually want improvement, nor do they have any idea how it could be done. They're simply spreading negativity. This is fair. Most of the time comments are auto-moderated to stop foolishness like this from popping through. Just straight negativity or hateful words. But just adding keywords all the time is usually a good way to do it. But fonts and inputs can make it a little weird to work around on the moderation side. The poster is speculating, but presents their conjecture as informed or factual. I feel like this is just number 2, but repeated with some words changed. Conjecture means an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. So yeah, not as offensive as number 2, because they actually mention misinformation there. Number 5, the poster engages in ad hominem attacks against us or community members. So this means the fallacy occurs when, instead of addressing someone's argument or position, you irrelevantly attack the person or some aspect of the person who is making the argument. The fallacious attack can also be direct to membership in a group or institution. So yeah, I think this is probably going to spark very minor debate in the YouTube comments. Mainly because he controls them now. But it's sort of expected from a company of this size, I suppose. A lot of companies, I'm sure, would jump at the opportunity to silence criticism in the Twitter replies. But it just seems like they've had enough of people gaslighting in the comments and not watching the full video. As per what he said on the Wan show, people weren't watching the full video. So they just started attacking him for something he never mentioned, even though it was at the end of the video. Whatever. At the same time, I sort of do understand because being exposed to a lot of sensational negative comments is definitely a slippery slope for some people. For example, that one Reddit account of divorcing her husband because he was a Reddit troll who used to say absolutely vile stuff about others. I think if people are being vile and ignorant and are getting busy gaslighting in your comment section, it's fair to stop it where you can. We've gone from dealing with pure scams to dealing with this. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Comment your opinion if you got one. I mean, I just gave you an earful, so you might as well give me yours. I'll see you in another, how many months was it again?